A migrant is in custody and another suspect is still on the run. An off-duty CBP agent was allegedly shot in the face in an apparent attempted robbery by a suspected illegal over the weekend in New York City.
So police say the officer was sitting on a bench late at night when two men rode up on him on a moped. That's when shots began to ring out, hitting the off-duty officer in the forearm and in the face. The suspect was also heard limping back to the scooter before taking off with his accomplice.
The NYPD is working hand in hand with Customs and Border Protection through the HSI Violent Gang Task Force to confirm that the person of interest in custody is the perp who shot the officer, as well as find and apprehend his accomplice.
So President Trump is calling for action. He did it on Truth Social, recalling how the suspect was, quote, apprehended at the border back in April of 2023, but instead of being deported, released. The suspect's got a bunch of names: Miguel Mora Nunez. He's got a long rap sheet, too, which now includes attempted murder in addition to 2 assaults and armed robbery, 2 domestic violent arrests, and an active warrant for failing to show up in court. New York City's mayor is calling for swift action.
We have to be quick and swift to deal with those who believe they're going to inflict violence, not only on documented New Yorkers, but they are known to commit violence on undocumented New Yorkers.
The commissioner said it does not appear that the off-duty agent was targeted because of his job with CBP. He wasn't wearing a uniform. We are expecting to hear from DHS Secretary Kristi Noem with more on this later this morning.
So the narrative that's been going all across the country is that the illegals in the country are afraid, but the legal criminals aren't afraid.
Yeah.
This guy has an entire rap sheet that we just showed you. Domestic violence. He was accused of also robbery as well, with a weapon as well, kidnapping, has several warrants, a failure to appear before the judge. And even when he did appear before the judge just allowed him out. And he's just been roaming the streets. And there are many criminals just like him that were let in the country under Joe Biden. And this is why the administration has been so active when it comes to deporting these folks.
You know what's so infuriating? This guy, his life will never be the same. He's in stable condition, but he was shot in the face, shot in the arm. That's going to cause problems for him for the rest of his life. No telling what type of plastic surgery and damage and everything he's going to have to go through. This is all preventable. This guy had 4 arrests in New York City and was let go because this city doesn't have bail laws. So he got out without having to pay bail, back on the streets, continuing to commit crimes.
And there's so much money, taxpayer money for illegal immigrants in this state to the tune of $600 million. Guys like this get free legal fees taken care of. They get accommodations because they built in these sanctuary cities a place for them to thrive, which is a magnet. Paul Perez is with the National Border Patrol Council. He's the president, said this.
This is just another example of way too many people that were let in unvetted, because we don't even know what his criminal history was in his home country, much less here, because, they allowed him in unvetted. Millions of people, unfortunately. They were coming in by the millions. And so the Biden administration was not only encouraging, they were facilitating the entry of all of these people under their watch. This is something that President Trump has put a stop to. But yeah, they were coming from the northern border, the southern border, all across areas where they knew they can get processed and released quickly.
The other media outlets, they're not showing you this stories like this.
I don't think they cover it.
You see, they bring the helicopters out and everything to cover when the police are doing their job serving the warrants, but they didn't show you the border like we did over the years, and they don't show you when the illegals do this as well. They only care about the response to the criminals being in our country.
And if they do cover it, they exclude the word illegal.
That's right.
And they don't talk about his rap sheet and how he was deported and then came back in our country. Also, Kristi Noem, it's been announced this morning, she's going to go visit the CBP officer that was shot in the face. And apparently
you said he's in stable condition?
He's in stable condition. He was rushed to the hospital because the police officers were close by, because there was someone else that called and said her cell phone was stolen. So police went to go investigate that. Turns out they think the 2 guys in this video also stole that lady's cell phone, then went 5 minutes away to this park next to the Hudson River. And he was I don't know if he was on a date, but he was there with a female. They're just sitting there minding their own business, probably having a great night. It was close to midnight, and then this happens.
So meanwhile, before we get to the next story, let me just outline for those people keeping score in our country on how good the border is. Thanks to unbelievable work with our military, the coordination with Border Patrol, a focus from people like Tom Holman, who know this inside and out, even with Coast Guard. Look at the numbers right now in terms of what we are dealing with at the border. Yeah, total encounters nationwide, 25,000, the lowest in history, 8,000 apprehensions, 6,000 the southwest border, 50% lower than previous year, then 136 apprehensions on June 28th. And nobody got into the country. Joe Biden had 84,000 people a month blowing through our border, and on average, and this is down to zero.
It's incredible.
So, a lot of it, the Marines laid out
win.
25 miles of concertina wire. There's been a total focus on securing the border. We've never seen anything like this.
This is not talking points. This is the numbers. This is the record. This is not something that you can dispute. You can actually see it with your own eyes, and you can also see it in the numbers. So you expect that politicians would admit the obvious, especially if they were part of the reason why this happened. L.A. Mayor Karen Bass denied these numbers when she was asked about this. Watch.
We have a Los Angeles Police Department that has to deal with crime in this city every single day, and they're not masked. They stay here. The masked men parachute in, stay here for a while, and leave. And so you enter a profession like policing, like law enforcement. I'm sorry, I don't think you have a right to have a mask and snatch people off the street.
Look, go back to Joe Biden again, okay? There was hundreds of thousands of people crossing that border.
Right.
When you look at that border today, is there anything good you think the administration has done in these 6 months at the border?
Well, I will heap praise on the administration for the first 6 months in Los Angeles with the fires. If you ask me, is there anything that they have done good in terms of immigration? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that the viewpoint has been punitive.
What is she talking about?
He praised on the administration for the first 6 months in Los Angeles with the fires, and ICE parachutes in. They're so dramatic. They're going in to get people
so true.
that are here illegally, and they're criminals. Donald Trump is cleaning up your streets. He's trying to clean up L.A., and y'all are doing everything you can to stop him.
About 18 states might be coming together to ban ICE from wearing masks in their state. And it's going to be a huge, it's going to back to the courts.
They have no legal right to do it. This is the federal government. They have a supremacy clause to say they get to enforce immigration law. And if they are afraid of the mask, they should talk to their vice unit. Many of the vice units that are local cop have to wear masks because they don't want to be targeted by the local gangs. And you already know that they're doxing these ICE agents. Plus, a lot of them have bounties against them by the cartel.
We have lawmakers that are doxing these ICE agents. So until you stop doing that, and until you stop giving these interviews to scare everyone, our ICE agents have every right to wear a mask so that they're not detected. They're trying to do their jobs. They're hardworking men and women that are trying to keep your cities and your streets safe. And you're doxing them, giving out their addresses to people. The guy, his lawmaker in California
posted up the business card.
His business card. They went to his house. They're throwing rocks at him. He had to have stitches as a result.
Crazy.
Also, there's a whole bunch of money going into ICE now. They're building new facilities. They're going to be getting more people. They're offering 50,000 bonuses to rejoin the agency so they get some support. I saw some of them over the weekend speaking up, talking about from their perspective. They're doing fantastic work, and I think they could be thoroughly backed. And as John Fetterman said,
look at this.
How ICE is treated.
Defund ICE is one of the stupidest things he ever heard next to defund police. It's the same attitude they got Democrats shown the door in the last election.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.